Good afternoon, and welcome to Good from Block 5 with me, your host SJ. This podcast finds you all very well. So, the second of three international breaks is now coming to an end. And to be honest, I think the first one I didn't really like because it happened so soon after the season started. We've been waiting all summer for football to come back. We get three games, you take it away from us and make us watch England versus Andorra on a Thursday night. But if I'm being real, this latest one, I liked it. It was like a welcome break for me. We've gone top of the league, so people have to simmer on that for 2 weeks in your face, and it just seemed like just too much football at a time, just in my space to be honest. So for me, it was a welcome break. Like I said, we're top of the league. Um, Momentum, maybe we could have kept it going with an international break, but I still think that momentum's still there. What we've got to do is look at the league and the players will be inspired. You should hope so. Stay top and carry on forward the rest of the season. We're going to look at Fulham today, our next match in the Premier League, Fulham away on a Saturday 5:30 kickoff. But before that, I just want to look at um, our next four games, which is the games before our next international break. Um, I mean, we've got to look at it in blocks at times. Just given how the season is, get games every 3 days. Uh, we're in all four competitions still, so our fixture schedule is going to be very packed, as you can imagine. I mean, just look at the Premier League. We've got Fulham, followed by Crystal Palace, then Burnley, and just before the international break, we finish against Sunderland. Um, on paper, those seem like four winnable games. I think I would expect us to beat Sunderland and Burnley away. I think we should actually get 18 points. 18? Yeah, 18 points from the promoted clubs, in my opinion, given our strength of our team and just the strength of their teams. Crystal Palace, never an easy game, but we're taking one of their main players. They're still doing well this season. They got the unbeaten run has come to an end recently against Everton, and they got a nice draw against us towards the end of last season. But we're going to drop points. I mean, it's just human nature, We can't win every game that you would like to. Uh, but in my opinion, I do think that we could actually win all four games. And if we drop points, hopefully it's in the Champions League, against Athletic Madrid, maybe get a draw there, and maybe draw against Brighton in the cup and win on pens. That's me being hopeful. So if I was going to be if I was going to be honest, I think we will get from 12 points. I think we will get 10. I think we'll get 10 points. I don't know where the draws come in. It could be we beat Fulham, beat Palace, be on a high, and go to Burnley, which is not an easy place to go to. Don't get me wrong, it's not an easy place. We don't go there. We were beating them 5-0, I think, a couple of seasons back. But there was a time we beat them 1-0 from Martin Odegaard free kick at one time. And a Koscielny last minute goal. And it's all coming back to me. So it's not an easy place to go to. Turf Moor. They had a decent record last season at home. And again, Sunderland started the season flying. They've got their big stadium, the crowd behind them. It's rocking up in the north east. So there could be a draw there, but I do think I think we'll get 10 points from 12, and I think that will be enough to keep us top of the league going to next international break. But yeah, I mean that's my opinion. Let me know in the comments how many points you think we're going to get in the next four games. Um, I mean, to be fair, I'm looking at Premier League only, but you have to factor in Champions League games scattered in between. Slavia Prague. I think we'll rotate in that game, but I think we'll still beat them. Atletico Madrid, very, very good team. They're scoring goals right now. They put five past Madrid. Got two away at Anfield. So that won't be an easy game itself. Tough game. We'll probably start our strongest 11 possible on the night. No rotation there. But my opinion, I think we should get the Champions League games all out the way, quick as possible, so we can rest players towards the end of the competition, the group stage, let's say, and focus on what will be a tough festive period, pre and post. So, um, yeah, I mean, going to Fulham. I mean, in the past couple of seasons, it's not been a happy hunting ground for us. Last season we drew 1-1. Raul Jimenez with a fantastic finish. There's probably a 0 point. I think I can't. It was a very low XG goal, but it was a sensational finish nonetheless. Across right into the bottom corner. I mean, it's probably the only place he could score, and he did score it. Uh, I still blame Kivior wholeheartedly for that goal not being strong enough and just getting caught under the ball, and not reading the situation properly. And yeah, that's the case for another day. We also that game played Timber left back, could have played him right back possibly. We took Party out in the midfield when he was playing probably his best football in a while. And had we known Skelly would have been Skelly, he was on the bench at the time. I'm not sure he was coming back from injury, but possibly could have thrown him in at that time. Oh, drew 1-1. I mean, the season before that we lost 2-1, having taken lead through Bukayo Saka. Him and his scoring in that game again before Decordova Reid, Jamaican Decordova Reid, um, scored to give them the win. I mean, Fulham are a funny team. I was looking at their squad before I came on. Um, they're not, they're not superstars in their team. They're just a collective of like decent players. Correct me if I'm wrong. Have a look at their squad and you think there's no like someone who jumped up the screen and said, "Oh wow, we need to be fearful of them." They're just a collective of decent players. I don't say like rejects from other teams that they've just picked up and put together, but they're a collective of decent teams. They're just a decent players, sorry, and just come together and make it work. Um, I mean, might sound weird and funny there, but there's not like a player that you think, oh, in January someone might come and take so and so from Fulham, or in the summer window to struggle to hold on to them. I think the last player that might have given that kind of aura would have been João Palhinha, and we know how that ended up. He's taking his shirt off in the 93rd minute at home against Wolves, who only got 1 point this season, or maybe it could be more since. Forgive me for not knowing. So I mean, yeah, I got a new youngster coming through, Josh King. I like him, a decent player, decent ball carrier, live wire. But yeah, I mean, like I said, yeah, I'm not being disrespectful to them, but they're just a collective of players that seem to work, and they pick up enough points to stay up in the league, which is the name of the game. They know they're not going to be, if they get Europe, massive bonus, and to stay up, that's the season objective complete. But I think we're coming to this game, like I said, with momentum there from our last couple games in the league. We've just, snatched victory from the jaws of defeat, um, especially against Newcastle, leaving it late. But yeah, I mean, it's a big pitch. Fulham, it's not, I mean, I've been there a couple of times. I'm going again on Saturday. It's not a hostile environment. Fulham crowd's very, very quiet. Even if they score, they'll chant for a couple of minutes and stop. So it's not one that the crowd will get on top of you and throw you off a game. So I'd say we should be able to play our game, our football properly and well, in the environment. In terms of starting lineup, I feel like the team's kind of picking itself right now. Do you know what I mean? Like you don't want to ruin a winning formula. You might change one or two pieces up top, given injuries, and just minor rotations. But I think the back four, we will say, it was Timber, Calafiore, the two monsters centre back, Raya, in front of them Zubimendi. I would put Eze on the right eight in Odegaard position, with Declan on the left eight. Off the left, I'll play Martinelli. I mean, yeah, I mean, just on a side note, just look at our players during international break. We got no injuries, thankfully. I mean, Ben White's out of training today. I'm not sure. He seems to be getting quite a lot of injuries recently, which is not good. And Kepa is back in training, which is very good. And there's also news floating about that Kai Havertz is doing better with his recovery and his rehabilitation. So he'll be back sooner before was scheduled before. So that's good news. Other than that, we had no injuries in the international break. Mikel Merino, he seems to be just scoring goals left, right, centre for Spain. Eze got on the score sheet with decent goal, bottom corner. Martinelli's got another goal for Brazil. A boy over top, left foot, bottom corner. So I mean, our players are going away. They're just continuing their league form with their countries. And just it's good to see. They're taking that and continuing it. It seems like Mikel's kind of favoured Trossard on the left in the past couple of games. I mean, it's not worked. Trossard hasn't got a goal as such, but I think he's helped the attack flow very well. Um, so it's harsh. I mean, you can go either. You can go Martinelli, or who seems to be on form, scoring goals for club and country, and or Trossard, who seems to be keeping it ticking along on our left hand side. Personally, for this game, I'll give Martinelli a go. Just because like I say, he's been scoring goals. He's got a goal in his international break. Um, so yeah, you just want to keep it going. I mean, I actually haven't. I didn't actually check Belgium as well. I know Belgium beat Wales, but I didn't actually know Trossard scored. He may have scored two as well. So he may have scored as well. So apologies for not knowing that Trossard. But no, I'll still go Martinelli on the left, on the right, Bukayo Saka, and down the middle, Gyökeres. I didn't actually catch any of Sweden's games, but you see chatter online. I don't really trust chatter online about people's performances. I've seen it for myself sometimes. People are hysterical and just hyperbole as such. I mean, they go one end to the extreme straight to the other. He's rubbish, or yeah. So I can't comment on Joker as an international break, and I don't actually care about international football, to be honest. I feel like he's doing decent stuff for the club. Just needs to get a couple goals, but we're winning. And when the goals come, they come. If we're losing and he's not scoring, then the pressure will be on him tenfold. But it's not happening that way as such, so it's fine. We've got the subs there, so to make the changes if we're struggling in this game. It's going to be a tough game. It's going to be a tight game. Um, it always is. We never go there. I mean, I say that it's a lot of. I always have a lot of recency bias in terms of how we go and attack Fulham, play against Fulham. Because in recent years we've gone there, we've put three past them, we put five past them. I mean, that was about 7 years ago. We put five past them. I remember that because I was away in Amsterdam, and I missed that game. And that was under Unai Emery years. We scored a good goal from the back from the build up to Ramsey flicking it in. But no, I mean, it's a bit of reason to bias say that we struggle at Fulham. Since our last couple of games, we struggled at Fulham. So I wouldn't say it's a place that we um, horribly struggle at too often. I mean, before the last two results, we beat them 3-0, 3-0, and 5-1 at their place, so and 1-0, and then we lost 2-1 a while back in 2012. So it's not a place that it's not a bogey place, you know what I mean? Um, it's just a tough game as of recent, which is fine. Fulham are now an established Premier League team, so you expect a tough game as such. Like I said, they're just a collective of decent players who come together and make it work. So you got to give it to the players and Marco Silva, the manager. Um, Based on the lineup that I said now, I would predict that we will win. I just can't get away from the fact that I think we're just so solid as a team. We're just controlling games to the nth degree, and we are getting goals. It's very hard to keep us out. We are creating chances. We bit more attack and flair in the last couple of games. Newcastle, in West Ham, you can't really judge it because, like I say, it was a glorified training game because it just didn't really come and attack. So we were bound to create chances. But yeah, I mean, it's looking good. I do think we will go there, and I think we will nick. I say nick. Nick sounds like we might struggle. I think we'll dominate and not dominate. I think we'll control the game to our liking. And based on my lineup, so at the moment, I'd say we will win 1-0. Bear in mind, every time I go there, I say we're not going to concede a goal today, and we concede. So I won't say that. I won't say that on the day, but we're going to win 1-0. That's my opinion. When the actual lineup comes out, I'll make post an updated version of my prediction, if needs be. But I do think, I think 1-0 is a decent shout, to be honest. And that'll do. We'll take 1-0 for the rest of the season, you know what I mean? So, why don't the Arsenal will stay top of the league? Let me know in the comments what you think. Is there any more to talk about? I mean, let's just look. I'm just going at our fixtures. I saw up. I predicted 10 points in 12 games. We've got Atletico Madrid, sandwich in between Fulham and Palace. I mean, where do you get the rest? where do you get the rest? Palace themselves have Europe, which is fine. Uh, Brighton in the cup. I mean, our squad depth is such that we can rotate players. We can actually name a new 11. You know, you might get you might have a couple of people just keep their places because they've been injured recently. Um, but I think Brighton will have to rotate, and I think our 11 will be better than 11 regardless. So again, we could look to win. Slavia Prague, I've already said we should rotate for that game. And Burnley and Sunderland, tough games. It's looking good. It's looking promising. It's looking up for us. Um, Everyone's had 2 weeks to stew on us being top of the league. Can't say much to us. Hold that. So yeah, I mean, as a fan base, we should be happy. Let's just keep it going. Stay together, and yeah, up the Arsenal. Yeah, I mean, if you're here still, subscribe to the channel if you're new. Leave a like on the video. If you're listening on audio, Spotify, Apple, subscribe, follow. Leave a 5-star review wherever you're taking it in. But yeah, have a blessed week, and hopefully we get the result we want on Saturday. Be back after with a post-game review. But until then, have a good week, good rest of the week, and all the best.